Well, the U.S. Department of Justice could move as early as this week to reclassify marijuana, a major shift in federal drug policy. Now, if this happens, it could change everything from taxes to banking and how cannabis businesses operate. Joining us now is a familiar face in our community, dispensary owner Jerry Millen, to break down what this could mean here in Michigan. Of course, Greenhouse does great work in the community and continues to do that.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us here tonight.
Thanks for having us. I'm excited, man. 420 and now this.
Yeah, so you had 420 just a few days ago.
Great day.
It's a good week for,
awesome
for the industry. But President Trump is expected later on this week, perhaps even as early as Wednesday, to reclassify this from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3.
Yes.
Talk about what that means for everybody.
It means research. It means this is a real medicine. I knew months ago that this was going to happen. A little birdie from the White House reached out through an intermediary. I had an athlete, a super celebrity, signed some letters for the White House for this. I was told this was coming. It's here. I'm also told in 2 to 3 years before his term's up, he will legalize cannabis, and I believe he will. The biggest thing is research, because as a Schedule 1, no medical value. Heroin, LSD, cannabis, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
You would argue what here doesn't belong.
Right. Heroin and LSD? Come on, man, that's ridiculous. There is a medical value to it. I see it every day at the Greenhouse of Walled Lake. So the biggest thing is, I believe it's like about 95, 97% of the research done on cannabis now is for the negative effects. Only about 3% are for the positive. Well, you got a problem there. Now more research will be done to show the positive effects. It'll be treated as a medicine. A Schedule 3 is like Tylenol with codeine.
Well, I was going to Tylenol with codeine and then ketamine.
TRT.
Right? And some steroids and that kind of thing.
Testosterone replacement.
So these are things that are important to keep in mind, because as you move forward, it also does something that no law can do, but this will help, which is to destigmatize this for so many.
And that's what's key. Right. A lot of people are afraid.
Why is that so important?
Because it's been demonized for so long. The Devil's Lettuce, you know, Stoner, Cheech and Chong, Snoop Dogg. I love those guys, but we're past that now. I see elderly people. I see women. I see children. I see people in pain. People can't sleep. Cancer patients. Every day at the Greenhouse of Walled Lake, we cater to adults there. And I see it every day. It helps people. I used to be against cannabis, man. You know me a long time. I used to be on a kid show for PBS, stay off drugs. I was lied to. The DARE program with cannabis involved in it was all BS. We were lied to. This is a medicine. The government shut it down. Now it's time to reopen it, and President Trump's doing it.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what this does, because this does not, as you say and pointed out astutely, that this doesn't legalize cannabis, but this opens the door for that. But in the meantime, there are some benefits right away that happen when you put this as a Schedule 3. Right? What are some of those benefits in banking?
Well, banking, I mean, financially, yeah, it's great. For businesses, it's great. We can hang on. We can have banking. We can have write-offs. 280E is a tax code. I'm considered a drug trafficker by the federal government, but I've paid them about $10 million in the past 5 years in taxes. So who's really the drug dealer at this point, us or the federal government? Let's be honest. So this will allow me to have write-offs. I can't write things off. I can't write off employees. I can't write off internet. I can't write off rent, any of that. Now, when 280E goes away, I'm a normal business, and I'll be treated as such, which is great, and there'll be more research. But to me, it's not about the money. It's really not. It's about helping the people, because this is a medicine. And whether you like cannabis or you don't, you've tried it, at some point, maybe a loved one, or maybe you might need cannabis. The University of Michigan has sent oncology patients to the Greenhouse of Walled Lake, and I almost cried when I heard a woman in front of me say, they sent me from University of Michigan Oncology Department to here because they see you on the news. And I'm like, that felt so good to know that it's happening.
And it also has to remind people that no one is telling a cancer patient to reduce pain to have a Bud Light. No one is telling someone who's dealing with serious debilitating sleep issues
and alcohol,
to have bourbon.
Alcohol is so normal. Let's go have a shot after work, you know? It kills you. Alcohol kills you. And we sell about $230 billion worth of alcohol every year in the United States.
It's just interesting that the stigma was around something that now is being proven that has all this medical benefit, when in fact doesn't seem to be the same stigma when it comes to alcohol.
Not at all.
Say, let's go to the bar or whatever it is.
All of our politicians, cheers.
Let's talk about what happens next when this opens the door for legalization. What are the big things that happen once it's legalized?
The world changes. I think, the stigma completely goes away. And I think that people will use it as a medicine. There'll be more research. I mean, let's be honest. Epidurex is an epilepsy medicine that the major ingredient is cannabis. The FDA approved it, but as a Schedule 1, there's no medical benefit to cannabis.
And now we understand that things are shifting and changing, and it's happening in real time in front of us. And it's supposedly happening this week, so we'll be watching it very, very carefully. Dispensary owner Jerry Millen with Greenhouse, we thank you for your time here tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Ruth.